Hi guys, welcome to another Fusion Games video, and today we are ranking every single FNAF game that has ever released. And I made this tier list and I'm right now looking at it that I just added to Joy of Creations. And yes, I am even ranking FNAF games that never even released, like FNAF Plus. But let's get into it. So, without further ado, let's start with the original one, obviously, FNAF 1. Um, Before doing that, let me say how this works. So S tier will be, I'm gonna say why am I gonna put each game on each category. Obviously, without explaining it, it will look very bad, but I will explain it. So S tier is for very good games, nostalgia. They don't really have bugs. It was received very good by the community, but not only that, I'm gonna give my personal take on them. So this is practically my personal tier list, and you guys can disagree or agree with me. So let's go. So FNAF 1. I personally would put FNAF 1 either in A tier or in S tier. I'll explain why. FNAF 1 was a great game back in 2014 when it released in August. I was like, what, 6 or 7 by that time? So it was great by that time. It was scary for a child, for me. And I think it's a very solid game. I even played it like last month on my iPhone, and it was great. Got to the fourth night, and I still couldn't pass it, and it's great, and I don't really see any problems with it. It does have in-app purchases. I just found that out. I'm very late into the game on that one, but without putting the in-app purchases that just give you unlimited battery and the unlimited flashlight, they don't really do anything. Plus, the game was already paying. So me personally, I think FNAF 1 could go, it will be going on S tier, but it's not the highest. It's a really good game, the start of it all, nostalgia and everything, but it's not the best, in my opinion. Well, for the second game, FNAF 2 was three months after the first one. Was really good on a lot of stuff, mostly on Chica, but without that putting it like that. It's a really good game. It didn't introduce the doors. Either way, the doors are really good. And practically, we don't really see the doors from FNAF 1 up until sister location, or if you want to count FNAF 4's room doors. But I will go with the sister location one's better. From the alternate ending, I think those are the first time we saw the doors again. But personally, FNAF 2 is better than FNAF 1. It's more difficult, more solid. It had more hoaxes for some unknown reason, like the purple guy one. And it was really the start of practically the FNAF lore. The whole FNAF story, the missings, and everything like there. So obviously for me, it's an S tier up top FNAF 1. No hate on FNAF 1, but FNAF 2 is better. Now, FNAF 3. FNAF 3, for me, is really good, but it doesn't deserve the S tier. Let me explain why. FNAF 3 was a really solid game on the part where you had Springtrap, him being the only animatronic that jump scared you and kills you. That's neat. You only have to worry about one technically. Discounting the phantoms that gives you very big seizures, mental illnesses, brain damage, schizophrenia. Discounting them, FNAF 3 is really good. It had that you had to fix the ventilation, look at the vents and everything. But for me, it doesn't really strike as good. And for the whole community, practically FNAF 3 was the downfall. But in my opinion, FNAF 3 is really good. It has the singular best character of FNAF, practically the honored one of FNAF. But I gotta say, it's not the best just because the gameplay mechanics, but still good design wise. The pizzeria is amazing, in my opinion. Fazbear's Frights, French kiss on that word. What? Uh, but yeah, it's really good. So for me, top A tier. Obviously, there will be better ones than him, but again, the honored one of FNAF is right there. Centerville, we got FNAF 4, Schizophrenia FNAF. You thought that we didn't have enough schizophrenia in FNAF 3? FNAF 4 is schizophrenia itself. So, FNAF 4 was actually, I am gonna say this, the second FNAF game I ever played was FNAF 4. I remember when I was a kid, I bought FNAF 1, then bought FNAF 4, and then bought FNAF 2. Totally skipped FNAF 3 for some unknown reason. Um, but yeah, FNAF 4 really good. I remember when I was a kid, I had really big nightmares with those. The Nightmare animatronics, amazing designs for that time, and still, it's one of the best designs in all the FNAF franchise. In my opinion, Nightmare Bonnie and Nightmare Foxy are the best characters in the FNAF franchise. They're just that good. So yeah, my opinion, FNAF 4 obviously will go in front of FNAF 1, but behind FNAF 2 for me because the door mechanic is really, really annoying and you have to pay attention a lot. And it's not that it's bad, it's really good because of that, but it's not really the best. It actually, I'll give it in front of FNAF 2 just because of that. The jump scares are just better, and either way, the jump scares are pretty lame, but the designs of the animatronics make for those lame jump scares, and it makes it way better. So FNAF 4 for me, behind FNAF 2, in front of FNAF 2, my bad, and yeah, there. Now we got FNAF 5, aka Sister Location. Um, Sister Location is a really good game on the part where it was practically the first game that you could leave. You left the pizzeria and you practically left your office and ran all around the pizzeria, but it wasn't really a pizzeria. It was more like a very big built basement, a huge basement to be exact. But in my opinion, the animatronics really good. The faceplates still give me nightmares seeing the endos. Um, my favorite character from FNAF 6 is obviously Bon Bon. No, I'm joking. It's Circus Baby. Wait, what? No, it's obviously Bon Bon. It's Bon Bon, but I am no simp. But I do gotta say, it's for the first FNAF game to have voice acting, the very iconic ending on the Michael ending.
Father, it's me, Michael. I did it.
It's still peak ending for a FNAF game, and oh, you have the games, the arcade games for that more lore, and that game was peak lore by that time. I remember the content farms and everything. So not as good as FNAF 4 and 2 on the part that the fourth night people get stuck by that fourth night a lot. And so yeah, but in my opinion, better than FNAF 1, but not as good as FNAF 2. So yeah, again, we have another voice acting practically game. So FNAF 6, Pizzeria Simulator. It was back in for it to be a free. Well, it's free still. I don't know if it was free when it released. I don't remember. I don't think so because I remember buying it on my phone. I did buy it on my phone. I think it was $6, but in PC now it's free. So I recommend getting it. It's amazing. You won't regret it. I remember I did pass FNAF 6. The whole series is on my channel right now. You can see it in the top right. It's there. It's the whole FNAF 6 series. It's amazing. Won't regret it. Um, again, the character models are good. You practically, when you see the icon, you think that it's new animatronics, but then you see it and it's the old ones are just destroyed. It's amazing. Gameplay wise, it's just the part where you interact with the animatronics. That's just peak. practically hype when you see Springtrap. And yes, I am not gonna say Scrap Trap. I'm still gonna say Springtrap. No, no, no Scrap Trap. No, no. When you see Springtrap just in front of you, staring at you menacingly, it just gives you chills on your spine, and it's just amazing. My opinion, peak game, but it still deserves in the A tier. Mm, in A tier, yeah, a high A tier. Just because the vents are lame as frick. The vents are bad as frick. Okay, I hate the vents. But there's way more worse games on this here. So yeah, let's just keep going. FNAF World is our next game. FNAF 3 and FNAF 6. So, in my opinion, I'll put it on B tier, but it's not bad. B tier is really good, and it could be worse. It's actually a really good game for what Scott made, and it introduces a lot of characters that aren't even in the games yet. But yeah, Ultimate Custom Night. God damn that 2020 mode. So, UCN. Um, Remember this, I did do a channel video about this. How can I forget UCN? Actually, UCN has, in my channel, UCN has practically given me the whole subscriber count that I have. The 400 subscribers are from UCN, actually. So I do have to thank this game with my heart for practically connecting me with you guys and with the great FNAF community. Obviously, every community has its bad parts, and but also every community has its good parts. And I'm glad to be on those good parts of that community. But yeah, UCN for me, exactly how I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna put it A tier, but it's gonna be behind FNAF 3 for me. Just the gameplay gets repetitive, and it's a really good game when you practically combo every single spring trap in the whole game. Or if you want to go a full Freddy's, just go whole Freddy's. And Freddy, Toy Freddy playing video games, it still gets me. It's funny, but it's not the best. Keep saying it. Gameplay wise, it gets repetitive, and it's just my opinion, a newer copy of FNAF 1 with more animatronics. Um, FNAF VR Help Wanted. Help Wanted. Oh my god. How can we say this? Help Wanted, the first game for Steelwool Studios. Okay, Help Wanted, on my opinion, I did play it on my PC. I actually have 100 hours. That's practically nothing because I hate Help Wanted on PC. But I did play it on the VR one time. Well, actually, 3 or 4 times when I had a VR. And for me, Help Wanted was really good. And for me, the best part of Help Wanted was the Mangle um level that had the vent, and you have to, if I'm right, you have to repair the vent. I don't really remember, but Mangle was there, and it was really good. In my opinion, it's a really good game, and for the first FNAF VR game, and plus made by Steelwool Studios, it wasn't that bad. Um, I'll give it a A tier, but higher than FNAF 3. It's just that it's really difficult to pass FNAF 6, but for Help Wanted is way better than those right there. Okay, FNAF AR. Do I really have to explain myself? Well, I think I do, but I just hate FNAF AR. I just gotta do this. So yeah, for me, FNAF AR deserves the D tier, even lower. It tried to copy Pokemon Go, and in my opinion, it just didn't hit. Um, yeah, it had a lot of animatronic designs, and people use FNAF AR for a lot of those edits, like for the Chica edit, the Love Chica edit, and a lot of more edits like spring traps and all that. But in my opinion, for me personally, it's not a good game, and I tried to play it more than once, and I just couldn't get in. I just couldn't get into it. Freddy in Space 2. Another game made by Scott before Security Breach. My opinion, not bad game. Um, Better than FNAF AR. But I don't really have to explain a lot. It's just Freddy in space. But yeah, that's that. Okay, now we go to the Holy Grail. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. First open world. Open world. When I say open world, I mean that you can explore more than one place. FNAF game. Well, it's a huge mall, so you can pretty say that it's much open world. But the gameplay does. It's practically a walking simulator. It's a really huge walking simulator. I can classify. I can practically. I am qualified to say this because of my hours playing Security Breach. Security Breach isn't that bad. Okay, I don't see the Security Breach hate. In my opinion, it's a really good game. Yes, when it released, it had a lot of bugs. The developers were lazy, and just the optimization is horrible, and it still is horrible today. They didn't really do another update up until like the last update. Even when you practically when you get on the game for the first time, it says it for you. Last update was made in 2021, so any bugs that are in the game will still be there. So, on my three playthroughs of Security Breach, I have encountered bugs, but not as much bugs as the average person or average Steam user gets. But it's just normal bugs, not really that big of a deal, in my opinion. Like freezing, but that's more optimization issues. But obviously, the multiple Roxys, multiple Chicas, then yeah, that happened one time, but it really just changed scenes. They don't really have to fix that a bit, but knowing Steel Studios, they won't because it's just almost a 5 year old game now. But it's really good. In my opinion, better than FNAF 6, so I gotta give it a high 8 here. And for me, better than FNAF 6, but not as bad as FNAF 1. FNAF 1 is mostly in the S tier because of nostalgia, in my opinion. But FNAF Security Breach is really good still. And obviously, it gifted us the best character of FNAF, one of the best, Roxanne Wolf. So, without noting that, it's actually a really good game. But the ending, still trying to figure out what is the canon ending. Um, the multiple ending part is really disturbing because you try to get all endings and sometimes you waste more time getting a basic ending than the afternoon ending. Like last time I did it, I got the afternoon ending and I got the afternoon ending twice. So one time it took me almost 30 minutes to get the afternoon ending just in the office. And then the other time I played it, it only took me 10 minutes. So it's pretty much randomized. And I mostly did the exact same amount of gameplay that I did. And it was in class when I used it, and when I did the 10-minute one. But it was really fun playing it with friends, memeing around and everything. The bugs, it's even better when Roxanne Wolf gets eyes, even if you break it. Like you break her eyes and randomly she has eyes. But yeah, it's really good. Security Breach Fury Rage. That's another FNAF game made by Scott. In my opinion, not really that good. The designs don't really make it justice, and it's just another um side scroller game that doesn't really compete with Freddy in Space 2, in my opinion. Security Breach Ruin. Oh boy. That released almost what it was in 2023, like a 1 to 2 year time gap from the original Security Breach. It really did do Security Breach justice in a way where it being a free DLC is really good. On my opinion, Security Breach Ruin is even could even compete to be better than the actual Security Breach, but it doesn't compete on that way, on my opinion. But it's really good still. The mimic and everything, the practically hanger ending. You don't really get that much explanation. It's just Gregory and I forgot the main Cassie. Just remembered that. Um, and Cassie. But it was never Gregory, it was the mimics. I'm not gonna really explain. It had its sad parts like Roxy, Chica, the animatronics getting deactivated, and it had a really good Easter egg of the security breach Bonnie. I forgot. Oh, Glamrock Bonnie. But we don't really get that much explanation of those characters, and it's like it's a really good lore, but it leaves you hanging in a lot of places. But if you don't really want to look at it lore wise, it's a really good game. The Monty, um, the Monty entrance when you get jump scared by Monty the first time is really good. Chica and yeah, everything like the animatronics are good. Actually, the optimization on that part is good. It's crazy that they released Security Breach Ruin, but they didn't really update the original Security Breach. They just updated just to for the UI, so you can just enter the Ruin DLC. But for me, it's really good, and it deserves to be higher than Security Breach. But in my opinion, Security Breach is way better. So I'm gonna put it in front of FNAF Help Wanted. It doesn't really deserve to be lower than Help Wanted just because of the VR thing. But yeah, now it's Into the Pit, one of the most recent games. When I mean recent, it almost has been a year. Damn it, damn, when time flies. It almost has been a year since its release. Into the Pit is really good. My opinion deserves S tier. Really good interpretation from the book Into the Pit, actually. Obviously. Why wouldn't it be? But I'm a simp for everything spring bonding, spring trap related. So, my opinion, for the its first 2D experience, like ish, and the cheeked up spring trap, my opinion, I'll put it S tier, right behind FNAF 1. I might get some backlash, even because of putting Security Reach on high A tier, but Into the Pit is just way better, lore wise, gameplay wise, and it's just good. And now we have another FNAF Help Wanted. Help Wanted 2. Help Wanted 2 is practically Help Wanted 1 with extra steps and security breach characters. On my opinion, Help Wanted 2 isn't that bad. I just not a big fan of the Help Wanted series, but it's better than the original Help Wanted for me. In front of Ruin would be a really good place to put Help Wanted 2 just because of the Roxanne Wolf part. No, I'm joking. It's a really good Help Wanted game, better than the original one. The original one is almost 5 years old now, too, going in a six, I think. I think it released in 2019, if I'm right. So, yeah, for it being a 6-year-old game, getting practically a revamp, and with the sister location and the security bridge characters, it's really good. Now I'm gonna rank these three games, and yes, you haven't seen two Joy of Creations. That was my bad. I did put two Joy of Creations like that. But okay, so Five Nights at Freddy's: Secret of the Mimic. I am really gonna be clear here. I don't remember if it's a VR game. If it's a VR game, on my opinion, it deserves to be B tier. I'm sorry, but it deserves to be B tier. I just don't see the mimic feeling, and I said it in the Mimic trailer review that I did. It just feels like a carbon copy of Poppy Playtime, and I just can't handle that. For Steel Studios to make such lame games after, like, if they make good games, they don't really update them. And it's a decent, like, Security Breach, it's a very good game, but then they left it to rot and not update it because it must be like, what? It will cost more to update it than practically make a whole DLC for it. I don't understand that. But Secrets of the Mimic, for me, seeing the trailer, in my opinion, it deserves to be B tier, higher than FNAF World, obviously. But I just didn't wasn't a fan of the trailer. But maybe when the game releases, I think it's in the 15th of this month. Maybe I'll change heart, when I play it. I'll change heart, maybe will be good. I'm stuttering, but it maybe will be good. Now, the two last games, one was never released, and the other one is a very amazing game that I might even put on S tier. Um, FNAF Plus. Obviously, FNAF Plus was gonna be very good, and the screenshots look amazing, but backlash and everything from the creator, and got cancelled. Game was made, and it was like what? It's set on a dusty corner for like 9 months, and then they canceled it. So, just because of the screenshots, and I did play a FNAF Plus ripoff. Yes, I did play it on the channel one time. It wasn't that bad. If it was gonna be like that. So it's not as good as FNAF 1, but I'll give it a solid A tier just because it tried to be a FNAF 1 with better graphics, but it couldn't because it never released. And now we have the glorious, the everlasting joy of creation. The one who started it all, the fan games and everything. Just joy of creation. I am a cocksucker for them. Nixon, please kiss me. No, I'm joking. But Joy of Creation is the best fan game ever created, in my opinion. And plus that now is gonna have a revamped, way better version on Steam, allowed by Scott Cawthon and everything, is really amazing. And plus it's made in Unreal Engine 5. Like, oh my god, I can't be much more of a simp. But, my opinion, it's better than FNAF 1 and in any other of the other games. But I'm not gonna put it in front of FNAF 4 to and sister location just because of reasons that I don't really want to get backlash. But it's because it really is a good game. But this is the revamped version, so if it was the old version, I would put it on S tier, eyes closed, boom, S tier. But this is the revamped version. I did play the demo, and it was really good. So for now, I'm gonna put it behind sister location for the FNAF 1, and that is my tier list. I hope you guys like this video, like and subscribe, and I hope I see you guys later. And please don't give me backlash because security reaches that high, because I am a professional retard.